Hello everyone, welcome back again to the lecture series of second year BSc course Mathematical Methods in Physics. So since from the beginning we are talking about complex number, where the complex number is a combination of real number and imaginary number. Also we have seen the various forms of complex number, as well as we can convert one form of complex number into another form. So today let's play with the complex number by doing some task like power of complex number, roots of complex number, logarithm of complex number. So okay, first of all let's see the power of complex number. Power of complex number. So as we know that z is equal to r e raised to I theta is an exponential form of complex number, right? And we have proved, we know that the Euler's formula that we have proved in the first lecture. You can go through our lecture series. So that is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta equal to e raised to I theta. This is the Euler's formula. So make square of both sides first. So cos theta plus I sin theta bracket square equal to e raised to I theta bracket square. So we can rewrite this e raised to I theta as a e raised to I theta into e raised to I theta. Let's make a cube. Cos theta plus I sin theta. If you do the raised to the power 3, then we can write this e raised to I theta into e raised to I theta into e raised to I theta. Then the nth power of this term, cos theta plus I sin theta raised to the power n. We can rewrite this term e raised to I theta into e raised to I theta into e raised to I theta up to dash dash. How many times? N times. Similarly, now we can rewrite this is equal to e raised to I theta. This multiplication of e raised to the exponential terms, we can rewrite its power I theta plus I theta plus I theta plus n times. Therefore, this I theta, how many times it is? N times. So e raised to I n theta we can rewrite. Therefore, this cos theta plus I sin theta raised to the power n equal to this term equal to e raised to I n theta. And we know that the Euler's formula, we can rewrite this e raised to I n theta. E raised to I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. Therefore, cos theta plus I sin theta raised to the power n equal to cos, instead of theta we can rewrite n theta. So cos n theta plus I sin n theta. So this is the statement which is very useful to find out the power of complex number, and this theorem is known as De Moivre's theorem. Very important it is. Cos theta plus I sin theta raised to the power n equal to cos n theta plus I sin theta. I sin n theta. So whatever the power n here, we can rewrite cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Right? So let's take a problem, then you will understand exactly how to solve the power of complex number. Power of complex number. Suppose z is equal to 1 plus I. This is the complex number, and if you want to find out the power of 8th power of complex number, by using de Moivre's theorem, we can find out the 8th power of complex number. Very easy. Step 1. Write down x and y. X is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1, not I, because the coefficient of I. Step 2. Find out r. R is equal to under root x square plus y square, and then which is nothing but under root 2. Find out theta, which is equal to tan inverse of y by x, and theta equal to tan inverse of what is y? 1 and 1. So 1, and then theta is equal to, you can go through the table as I have shown the table in the beginning of our class. So tan inverse of 1 is nothing but theta is equal to pi by 4, right? And then write the z in the form of exponential form. So what is the exponential form? R e raised to I theta. So what is r? Root 2, and e raised to I pi by 4. Once you are able to obtain the exponential form of complex number by using the given complex number, then it is very easy to find out the power of the given complex number. So here z is equal to root 2 e raised to I pi by 4, and we want to find out the 8th power of the given complex number. Yes, here. So we can rewrite this root 2 raised to 8 into e raised to I pi by 4 raised to 8. So just this 8 multiply this pi by 4, then you will get root 2 raised to 8 e raised to I 8 pi by 4, therefore 4 into 2 8, so therefore it's a 2 pi. And what is the value of root 2 8? Yes, it's a 16. So you can write down 16, and here this is the value of theta, and e raised to I theta, you can write cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi. What is the value of cos 2 pi? 1 plus sin n pi 0. So the answer is 16. This is the value of the 8th power of this complex number. Similarly, we will take one more problem. If z is equal to 1 plus root 3i, 1 plus root 3i upon 2, find z square, z cube. Alright, so first just find out r, which is equal to 1 by 2 bracket square and plus root 3 by 2 bracket square. So you will get 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4, and the answer is 1. So r is equal to 1, and then find out theta, which is equal to tan inverse of y by x. So therefore tan inverse of what is y? Root 3 by 2. And what is x? 1 by 2. So divide by 1 by 2 x, 1 by 2. We can write multiply by 2 by 1. So 2 to get cancelled, root 3. So tan inverse of root 3. So what is the value of theta there? If tan inverse of root 3 is, then the value of theta is pi by 3. You can go through the table. So theta is equal to pi by 3. Then we can find out z is equal to, you will get r e raised to I pi by 3, and then find out z cube. So z cube is equal to e raised to I pi by 3 raised to the power 3. So this 3 get cancelled, you will get e raised to I pi. So e raised to I pi we can write cos pi plus I sin pi. Sin n pi 0, cos pi is equal to -1. So this is the value of the third power of the given complex number. One more problem. The problem is given cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4 bracket complete into cos 3 pi by 8 plus I sin 3 pi by 8 bracket square. Find out the value of this complex number. Very easy, very simple. Cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4. We can rewrite this e raised to I pi by 4. Right? Into cos 3 pi by 8 plus I sin 3 pi by 8. We can write it in the exponential form, e raised to 3 pi by 8. But here bracket square. Don't forget this square. Just multiply it. You will get e raised to I pi by 4 into e raised to I 3 pi by 4. Simple multiplication and the cancellation. So therefore we can rewrite this term, the multiplication of two complex number exponential term, e raised to I pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4. Then it's a 4 pi by 4 e raised to I pi, and the answer is -1. Just e raised to I pi we can rewrite cos pi plus I sin pi. Alright, so I hope it is clear that how to find out the power of the given complex number. Just simply, if you are able to convert the given complex number into exponential form, then it is very easy to find out any power of the complex number. Now the next point is roots of complex number. Square root of complex number, cube root of complex number, fourth, fifth, nth root of complex number we can find out. So therefore nth roots of complex number. Nth root of complex number. So first of all, we know that we can write the nth root of the given complex number in such a way that, and whatever the value obtained by the nth root of given complex number is also the complex number only, is also the complex number, whatever the value obtained. So nth root of complex number equal to r e raised to I phi. This is also the form of complex number. So therefore we can rewrite this z is equal to r e raised to I phi raised to n. Okay, just multiply these terms. So therefore z is equal to, we know that this z is equal to r e raised to I theta, which is equal to r e raised to I phi raised to the power n. Okay, now just compare these two equations. R is equal to r raised to n, but we want to find out this term because we have given this term and we want to obtain this term. So for that we need to find out capital R. This is the resultant R value. Okay, so this r raised to n, so this r, capital R, is equal to nth root of small r. Now I theta or theta equal to n phi, theta equal to n phi, but I am going to add one more term. Let me tell you, theta equal to 2 pi k equal to n phi, because if we increase theta by 2 pi k, where k is any integer 0, 1, 2, 3 up to just n minus 1, the given value n minus 1. If we increase the theta by 2 pi k, then you will get the same angle, or the theta will remains unchanged. For example, if we have theta here 0, and if we increase the theta by 2 pi, if we put k is equal to 1, then the value of this term is 2 pi. And if we increase this 0 angle by 2 pi, this is pi by 2, this is pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi, the theta will remains unchanged. So for that, for the distinct value of any roots, we need to add this term 2 pi k. So therefore we need to find out phi here. Phi is equal to theta plus 2 pi k upon n. So once we find out the capital R and phi, the angle phi, you will get r e raised to I phi. This is the resultant value of the given complex number. Alright, so here we will take one problem, then we will understand how to solve or how to obtain the roots of any complex number. So first example is, find out the cube root of 1. Okay, so here z is equal to 1, or we can write z is equal to 1 plus 0i. Then find out r is equal to under root, yes, 1 square 0 square, which is equal to 1. What is the value of theta here? Tan inverse of y by x. What is y? 0. So tan inverse of 0 is theta equal to, you can go through the table, let me check. Yes, the answer is 0. Okay, once we are able to find out r and theta, right? So therefore, now we want to find out capital R. Capital R is equal to nth root of small r. What is n? 3. Cube root of 1. What is r? 1. So answer is 1. So r is equal to 1. Now find out phi. Phi is equal to theta plus 2 pi k upon n, where k is 0, 1, 2, because n is equal to 3 up to n minus 1. N minus 1 means 3 minus 1, 2. So up to 2 we will put the value of k here. So first, for k is equal to 0. For k is equal to 0, what is phi? Theta is 0. So 0 plus 0. So the total angle is 0. So for phi is equal to 0, r is equal to 1 for constant for all. We can write first root of the complex number, first root, because we want to find out third root. So first root is capital R e raised to I phi. What is R? 1. E raised to I phi? Yes, 0. E raised to 0 is 1. So the first root is 1. Second root, for R is equal to 1, phi equal to, for K is equal to 1. Theta is 0, K is equal to 1, 2 pi by 3. So phi is equal to 2 pi by 3. And R is equal to 1. So second root is equal to, yes, 1 e raised to I 2 pi by 3. Just rewrite this exponential term, cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. Yes, the answer is, let me check. You can go through the table that I have shown in the first slide, okay, in the beginning of the class. So what is the value of pi by 3? Cos pi by 3? 1 by 2. But here 2 is multiplied. So what is the value of 2 pi by 3? Just multiply it. 2 into 180 upon 3. Then it's 120. And this 120 angle will come in the, here 90 and here 180 in the second quadrant. So this angle will come in the second quadrant, and we know the condition for the second quadrant. Only sine terms is positive and the remainings all are negative. So here minus value. So minus, yes, cos 2 pi by 3 is 1 by 2. Only sine is positive. So therefore sine is positive. Sine 2 pi by 3 is root 3 by 2, I think. Yes, root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. So this is the second root of complex number. Now the third root. For k is equal to 2. What is the value of phi? Theta is 0. 2 pi into 2. So 4 pi by 3. Okay. 4 pi by 3. And r is equal to 1. So therefore Z3 equal to 1 into e raised to I 4 pi by 3. Again cos 4 pi by 3 plus I sin 4 pi by 3. Now this 4 pi by 3 is the angle which is come in which quadrant? Yes, you can do the multiplication. 240. The answer is 4 pi by 3 is 240, and which is come in the third quadrant. So in third quadrant only tan is positive and the other remaining trigonometric terms, functions are negative. So therefore both the value is negative. Cos 4 pi by 3 is 1 by 2 minus root 3 by 2 I. Okay, don't forget this I. Okay, so these are the roots of, 3 roots of the given complex number. I hope it is clear. One more problem we will take, and then we will go through the logarithm of given complex number. So here yes, okay. So if z is equal to 1 plus I root 3 is the given complex number, and we want to find out the square root of given complex number. find out the square root of the given complex number. So very easy. First of all, first find out r. R is equal to, yes, under root 1 square plus root 3 square is 1 square is 1, root 3 square is 3. So 4 and r is equal to 2. Find out theta, tan inverse of y, root 3 by x, 1. So what is the value of tan inverse of root 3? Let me check. Pi by 3. So theta equal to pi by 3. Okay, so once we are able to find out r and theta, it is very easy to find out the square root of the given complex number. So what is capital R? Find out r e raised to I phi. So first r is equal to nth root of the given complex number, the given r. So r is equal to 2. So square root of 2, right? N is equal to 2. So square root of 2, and then this is r. Now what is the value of phi? So for phi is equal to theta plus 2 pi k upon n, where k is equal to 0, 1 and only 1, because n is equal to here 2, and we can put the value of k up to n minus 1 only. So theta is pi by 3 plus, what is the value of, for k is equal to 0? For k is equal to 0, phi equal to pi by 3 plus 2 pi 0 and upon 2. So it's a pi by 6. So phi is equal to pi by 6. We can rewrite first root 2 e raised to I pi by 6. Root 2 cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. What is the value of cos pi by 6? Root 3 by 2. So this root 2 into root 3 by 2 plus, what is the value of I sin pi by 6? 1 by 2. I 1 by 2. If you just multiply this to root 2, so you will get root 6 by 2 plus root 2 by 2 I. So this is the first root. Similarly, you can find out the second root for k is equal to 1. For k is equal to 1, you will get the phi is equal to pi by 3 plus 2 pi by 3 plus 2 pi upon 2. So here 7 pi by 6. 7 pi by 6. So multiply this 7 into 180 and check it out. This angle will come at which quadrant, and according to the condition you can give the sign to the given angle, right? I hope it is also clear. So the next topic is, you can solve that, the remaining problem. Now the next topic is logarithm of complex number. Logarithm of complex number. Alright, so here, okay, so if you have given z is equal to x plus iy in the form, just simply convert it into exponential form. So z is equal to r e raised to I theta, and then find out the logarithm of the given complex number. Ln of z is equal to ln of r e raised to I theta. Now we know that there is a multiplication in between r and e raised to I theta. These two terms are multiplied. Then the condition for log of multiplication of two terms is ln of r, we can separate out, plus ln of e raised to I theta. So ln of r as it is, you can find out the log of any value in integer, and ln of e raised to I theta, we can write e raised to I theta only. Let's take a problem. Find log of I. Find ln of I. So very easy it is. We know that this z is equal to I, or we can write z is equal to 0 plus I. Find out r, which is equal to x square, 0 square plus 1 square, 1. Theta equal to tan inverse of, what is y? 1 upon 0, tan inverse of infinity, tan inverse infinity. So theta equal to, what is the tan inverse infinity? Pi by 2. So the theta is equal to pi by 2. Okay. Now we can find out log of the given complex number. So ln of z equal to ln of, what is the value of r? 1. E raised to I pi by 2. Okay. So just separate it out. Ln of 1 plus ln of e raised to I pi by 2. Okay, instead of this 1, we can write ln of e raised to 2 pi k plus ln of e raised to I pi by 2 as it is. Because instead of e raised to 2 pi k, how we can write this e raised to 2 pi k as 1? See here, e raised to 2 pi, if you put k is equal to 0, so e raised to 0 is 1, right? If you put 1, so e raised to 2 pi, we can write here cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi, which is equal to 1. If you put k is equal to 2 here, e raised to 4 pi, cos 4 pi is 1, sin n pi 0. So instead of 1, we can rewrite e raised to 2 pi k, and then we will get 2 pi k plus I pi by 2, just common out I, 2 pi k plus pi by 2, where k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. Okay, so this is the value. Similarly, you can find out ln of minus 1. Ln of minus 1. Find out the ln of minus 1. Similarly, here also x is equal to minus 1, y equal to 0, and you can find out r and theta. Once you will get r and theta, just simply find out the logarithmic value of the given complex number. So this is very easy terms, the power of complex number, roots of complex number and logarithmic of complex number. Very important it is, and very easy also. So try it at home. Thank you very much.